Speaking of dollars, Oregon and Ohio State take the field in just this evening in the football playoff championship game. It will undoubtedly shine the spotlight on the age-old debate about whether or not college athletes should be paid dollars for playing. Many already have full scholarships and medical care, but is that sufficient? Former NFL player Jack Brewer joins us now with his thoughts. He's CEO and founder of his own money management firm, the Brewer Group. Jack, always great to see you. You played intercollegiate football. This new playoff structure has generated millions, maybe even billions in extra revenue for schools. The coaches are paid millions of dollars a year. Should players be compensated too?
Definitely, Tyler. And you know me, I'm a capitalist. But at the same time, it's right and wrong. And if you look at all the hours that these players are putting in, it's just a shame that many of them are going through 3-4 years of college, no degree, and no compensation. And at some point, we have to change the system.
There are those who would say, Jack, though, that many of them do have full scholarships and medical care, and that should be enough compensation, especially since if they do finish college before they join the pros, if they join the pros, basically they've had a great education and they can go on.
And it is for a large majority. Probably 90 to 92% of players would never even ask for compensation. Most guys would rather go get a 4-year degree at a university, but there's a small percentage that are just there. They're wasting scholarships. They're not going to class anyway. Mm-hmm. A lot of them don't graduate, so why not take those scholarships and give it to someone else who's really going to use it?
So let's talk a little bit about some things that rather surprised me. One, as I did my research, was the NCAA rule that caps the amount of money that athletes can make outside in their spare time at something like $2,000 a year. I understand why that rule is there, so that some big alumni can't give a kid a $10,000 job that he doesn't or she doesn't show up for. But $2,000 in this day and age sounds a little low to me.
Yeah, it's pretty sad. I had 2 children while I played college football, and you're talking 15 years ago, Tyler. I was only allowed to make $2,000 per year. So you can only imagine there's so many guys with families. They have other obligations. They come from backgrounds where their parents don't really have a lot of money. And so it's almost un-American to put these players through that and not allow them to make a living.
The other issue, which you're so very familiar with when you financially counsel and handle client accounts, especially with former NFL players, is whether or not these young people are capable of managing whatever, if they were paid, would they be able to manage it financially and sufficiently? What do you think?
I think you can put in, compensation deferment programs. I mean, you don't have to pay players all their money up front. You really can put procedures in place that will, teach them and protect them from themselves. So that's the biggest issue. A lot of these guys and ladies are young, and they haven't had that financial background, that education. So how you make up for that is putting things in place where they're not allowed to take all their money at once. And in regards to the NCAA, you're talking about such a fraction, a small percentage of players, that it's really not that big of a deal. Most players just aren't going to opt into getting paid over getting their education. And so, that's the real debate.
All right, Jack, thank you very much. Who do you like in the game tonight, by the way?
Ohio State all the way. I'm a Big Ten guy. I think the world has been exposed, and now they understand that there really is athletes in the Big Ten. So I'm
Minnesota guy rooting for the other team there. Thanks very much, Jack. We appreciate it. Jack Brewer with the Brewer Group.